inside Queensland's secret star chamber. Next, in a major television exclusive, we revealed the room where criminals are forced to confess, how it cracked some of our biggest cases. That story in just a few minutes. It's a room where our most notorious criminals are interrogated and is one of the state's most effective crime-fighting tools. The Crime and Corruption Commission coercive hearings are held in secret. But tonight, in a television first, 9 News takes you inside the never-before-seen star chamber where telling lies isn't an option.
They call it the Star Chamber, where killers, rapists, we welcome the verdicts of guilty, and politicians accused of corruption are all interrogated.
This has been an absolute debacle.
It may look like just another courtroom with seats for lawyers and a witness box, but in here the rules are very different and the stakes are huge. If the person giving evidence doesn't answer all the questions, they could end up in jail.
People are compelled to come here firstly. They come here on notice.
It's a tool used by the Crime and Corruption Commission to crack difficult cases, like the murder of Tiali Palmer. Tiali's foster family, the Thorburns, were hauled in one by one and lost their right to silence, so they attempted to lie. When they were eventually caught out by investigators, the family chose to confess that foster father Rick Thorburn had murdered the schoolgirl.
His exact words are Chia is no longer with us.
These are their police interviews.
Rick was
extremely concerned about that. That he can't go to jail.
The whole story they'd been telling at his instigation started to unravel, and then they ultimately all pleaded guilty.
CCC evidence also provided a major breakthrough to help convict Vincent O'Dempsey and Gary Dubois, now in jail over the killing of Barbara McCulkin and the rape and murder of her 2 daughters, Vicky and Leanne.
It occurred in large part through the evidence that was gathered at these coercive hearings.
The coercive hearings work by forcing witnesses to testify. If they refuse, they face jail time. But
those facts can't be used against you. They can be used against your co-accused and other people, but not against you personally.
The hearings aren't just used to solve murders. After a recent shooting over a drug deal, the CCC located the outstanding gun by compelling its owner to testify. Hearings are also used to keep tabs on what outlaw bikie gangs are up to. And while the CCC has been criticised for using the Star Chamber to pursue whistleblowers, boss Alan McSporran refutes the allegation.
The last thing we would like to have is any legitimate criticism of our use of those powers.
Tim Arvia, 9 News.
Queensland's Crime and Corruption Commission has helped break open some of the state's biggest cases in recent years. Its secretive coercive hearings have forced witnesses to give up vital information, but some critics say the powers are being overused and go too far.
This is one of Queensland's most secretive rooms. Those called to testify in the so-called Star Chamber have no right to silence. If they refuse to cooperate or lie, they can be jailed.
They're a very powerful tool we use, but we take very seriously the use of them, and we have to convince ourselves that there is a proper basis to use the powers.
Evidence from CCC hearings helped convict 2 men over the McCulkin murders, a crime that had been unsolved since the 70s. In the Tiali Palmer case, the CCC trapped her foster family in a lie. Eventually, they gave up the killer, foster father Rick Thorburn. But while there's widespread support for the Star Chamber's use in major investigations, there's also concern the right to silence is being taken away in low-level cases.
There has to be some balance, a balance between police powers, CCC powers on the one hand and civil liberties on the other.
Over a decade, the number of investigative hearings have quadrupled to more than 340 a year. In 2017, Brisbane YouTuber Paul Pluta leaked top-secret documents detailing problems with Queensland Rail timetables and trains.
New Gen is a huge up.
It's understood he was summoned to the Star Chamber and forced to reveal his source. He's since been charged with allegedly revealing he was called to face a hearing.
It'd be different if you were talking about a terrorist incident, but this was talking about problems within Queensland Rail that needed in the public interest to be disclosed.
People who have access to confidential information are under an obligation of trust not to disclose that without very good reason. If there's, for instance, a belief that they want to blow the whistle, as it were, they should come to us confidentially.
The CCC doesn't release transcripts or recordings of its coercive hearings. In many cases, even telling someone you've been summoned to testify can be an offence. Civil libertarians want the powers reined in, but the CCC insists it's kept in check by the courts and a parliamentary oversight committee. Christian Silva, ABC News.